Players were ecstatic with the recent release of the stellar Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, leaving them chomping at the bit for even more turtle goodness. Thankfully, there's more where that came from, and it's in the shape of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga Collection. The Cowabunga Collection is Digital Eclipse's latest classic games compilation, this time featuring games from arcades, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and even the Game Boy. In total, you're getting 13 games in this collection. The presentation in the Cowabunga Collection is top notch, with the game selection menu featuring the box art for each game surrounded by numerous comic panels. The use of the black and white comic panels meshes well with the colourful game logos, art, and gameplay being previewed for each game. You can even choose to watch a full playthrough of each game too, which provided me with some handy background noise while I wrote this review. Game collections sometimes falter in their quality, but this one is impressive across the board. Standout classics like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Turtles in Time for arcade are still as fun as ever. Even more so now that you don't have to dump your pocket money into a machine to beat it. There's even 4-player co-op, both online and local in select games, so you can get the gang back together and relive your childhood, minus the questionably sticky arcade joysticks. While I had a great time reliving these golden oldies, I did get burned out by the slowdown and the flickering of the older NES games. This can be fixed, however, by selecting enhancements from the main menu, and they can be chosen on a game-by-game basis. This really helped in making the collection pop on a modern screen, but it was most useful in clearing up the older NES games, with options specifically for removing the slowdown and flickering sprites. But if you're a hardcore fan and you want them as they were, you do have the option to leave the games completely intact and experience them as they originally released. A very nice surprise and a really cool feature in this collection is the inclusion of the Game Boy games. While the first two are very standard side-scrolling beat-em-ups, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 Radical Rescue is a full-on Metroidvania-style game. This is very impressive for a Game Boy game, and it plays unlike any of the others in the collection, and it will probably end up being the biggest time sink of all, at least for me. Beyond the beat-em-ups that make up most of the Cowabunga Collection, the 3 tournament fighters are also present, though only the SNES and the Genesis versions are really worth a look. They play fairly well, despite being quite difficult, but the NES version pales in comparison with simplistic combat and inferior graphics. As previously mentioned, the Cowabunga Collection includes online play for some of the games. However, the fan favourite and my personal favourite, Turtles in Time for the SNES, does not have it at all. This is a major disappointment, as the SNES version has additional levels that make it the definitive version to some people. Hopefully, this is something that can be corrected after release with an update, because it really is the only major blemish on an otherwise stellar compilation. Digital Eclipse has gone the whole hog to drag up the Turtles' history, and not just with a bunch of great games, but also stuff like concept art, storyboards, original box art images, and even instruction manuals, if you want to read through them. The best piece of all though is the soundtrack collection, with tunes from each game being available to listen to at one's leisure. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise rarely had a miss with games back in the 80s and 90s, and this compilation exemplifies that fact. The Cowabunga Collection is a love letter to fans of that era that can be appreciated by old and new generations of Turtle fans alike. And that is the end of this review. Thank you as always for sticking around and watching. I do hope you found this video to be of some use. If you did and you want more in the future, hit the like and subscribe buttons below, and don't forget the bell icon so that you stay notified. I've been Chris, you've been gorgeous, and I'll see you on the next one. Cowabunga, my dears.